Hello, my wonderful fans. Join me today as I prepare the lunch for the family. I started by boiling my meat and it takes time. And I added my onions. And onions will always give your meat a great taste. And I added my stockfish, which brings out the real aroma of draw soup. After adding my stockfish, I added some dry fish also, so that the taste will balance well. And I started cooking it, everything together. As I was cooking it, I always like to cook the meat very well so that it will get soft but not too soft. Okay, I removed some bones. Then I added some salt. I use sea salt instead of white salt. And I added some seasoning cubes. I'm not a fan of seasoning cube, but I always add little because of the family. Then I cover it to simmer for like 2 or more 3 minutes. Here comes my okra, my crayfish, my ugu. I set them aside. Then I added on empty pot, I added my oil, red oil. I always like to use very nice red oil for draw soup. I added my ogbono to dissolve in the red oil. I always use red oil to dissolve my ogbono. After stirring it for some period of time, I will add small quantity of water. Then I will allow it to dissolve inside the water. Then I allow it to boil for some period of time before adding other things. I will now add my meat stock together with the meat. Then I will stir it. So that the taste will be evenly distributed. Here comes my crayfish. I always like to pound my crayfish instead of grinding it. Then I will add some crayfish. I'm generous with my crayfish because it brings out the real taste of draw soup. Okay. After adding the crayfish, I will turn the soup once again. I will turn the soup and allow it to boil. I add my okra, which I have cut and kept aside. I don't like cooking my okra for a long time. I always like it to taste, as in to come out crunchy. I will turn it for some period of time. Then I will now add my ugu, which is the last stage of the cooking. I will turn it, dish the soup. The swallow we'll use for this soup today is unripe plantain and beetroot. I cut it in cubes. I put it inside my blender. I added some small quantity of water to grind it. Then after grinding it, I add in an empty pot on fire, and I kept turning it until it forms like this. Here comes the final